seditious coup d'etat, 18 U.S. Code 2384, seditious conspiracy, 20 years in prison. If two or more persons conspire to overthrow, put down, or destroy by force the government of the United States, they will each be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years or both. John Brennan, seditious conspiracy. James Clapper, seditious conspiracy. James Comey, same thing. Andrew McCabe, Susan Rice, Loretta Lynch, Sally Q. Yates, Samantha Power, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Bruce Orr, Nellie Orr, Glenn R. Simpson, Adam Schiff, John Podesta, Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, Rod Rosenstein, Robert Mueller, Andrew Weissman, Eric Swalwell, Ilhan Abdullahi Omar, Richard Blumenthal, Dianne Feinstein, Ben Rhodes, Brian Porter Kemp, not only seditious conspiracy, rebellion of insurrection, advocating overthrow of the government. Kathleen Hobbs, seditious conspiracy and rebellion. Seditious conspiracy, Jenny Riposaski, and same two items again for Mitch McConnell. And so from 1992 published interview granted by President George W. Bush to Sarah McClendon, the Grand Dame of the White House Peace Corps at the time, quote, if the American people ever found out what we have done, they will chase us down the streets and lynch us. That's a direct quote now.
From Bush.
Prescott Sheldon Bush, George Herbert Walker and George Walker Bush, Richard Bruce Cheney, Donald Henry Rumsfeld, Condoleezza Rice treason, Colin Powell, Robert Swan Mueller treason as well, Madeleine Jane Corbell Albright, Henry Kissinger, he's gone, Herbert Norman Schwarzkopf treason, misprision of treason, rebellion of insurrection, and seditious conspiracy. Same charges again on Karl Rove, Barbara Bush, treason and conspiracy, as well as Lauren Welsh Bush, treason for Dianne Feinstein, and also for Charles Schumer, and Maxine Waters, and Leslie Stahl is seditious conspiracy and the RICO Act violation. She's CBS. Now we're going into political figures, CIA people, in other words, 60 Minutes. Dan Rather, seditious conspiracy and violation of the RICO Act, CBS Evening News. Yamiche Alcindor, PBS NewsHour, seditious conspiracy, RICO. Seditious conspiracy, RICO again, Jack Posobiec, Margaret Brennan, Robert Woodward, Christine Welker, Sanjay Gupta, William Geist, Keith Theodore Olberon, he was with ESPN. And again, treason we saw for Mueller, Clapper, and Brennan, just summing it up. And of course, Comey is now under investigation for that. Nadler. And then Pelosi, Schumer, and Sanders for treason. Just summing up under one charge, different people. This is Brian Douglas, and then you have Geraldo Rivera, and shall suffer death. In other words, these people are looking at a death penalty for the level of treason. Donald Henry Rumsfeld, Richard Bruce Cheney, George Herbert Walker Bush, Condoleezza Rice, Colonel Colin Luther Powell, General Powell, Michael Richard Pence, William Barr, Merrick Garland, Anthony Blinken, George Soros, Alvin Leonard Bragg Jr., Adam Bennett Schiff. And the moment you comprehend that Barry was never on America's side, the decision he made as U.S. president makes perfect sense, and he shall suffer death for treason. Barack Hussein Obama Soetoro. Besides the thing with the kids. Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton. There she is again. William Clinton, her husband, Elizabeth Cheney, Joseph Biden and Hunter, Alejandro Mayorkas, Jacob Sullivan. In other words, the last regime, Victoria Nuland, Valerie Jarrett, John Robert Bolton, Nathan Rothschild, Lynn Rothschild, Evelyn Robert Adrian D. Rothschild, James Carter, Lindsey Graham, John McCain. We already know that's long gone. So there you are, the Mockingbird media mouthpieces.
Welcome, 1776 United, and we are in a worldwide and galactic revolution. Now, I just listed off, or basically it was all performed and disclosed by Gene Decode. There was a little detail that he did leave out. The fact is that they are, most of them, 90% of them have been executed already, and the rest are probably doing life imprisonment. Now, moving up to Canada, there was many CEOs and scientists, doctors that were connected with these bunch of traitors in the United States, going back into the media and other technical companies that were attached to this. Now, even the cloning was tied to the United States. When the people of Canada find out, or the world find out exactly how Canada was so deep in it, they will be ashamed of themselves. And what I'm about to tell you is going to be hard for people to understand, but nevertheless, it has to be told. Canada, the people of Canada, including me, have failed. Our country failed it miserably, and I'll tell you why. It's because we have allowed the NACIs from 1947-48 to come in and take over, then eventually was aligned with the Chinese Communist Party of China, and they have come and taken from that as well. So we have a two-vessel basic takeover of communism fascists, and that has been going on in our country since 1948. We as a nation were fooled, lied to, and continued to deny what really Canada is all about. And this is why Canada is going to be taken over, because we as a people have failed our country since the Second World War. And it's hard to understand for a lot of people. I get it. But not just in the signing of declarations and confederations that were going to become the 51st state or a part of the Seventh Kingdom. We have to be to keep our country in health and wealth. If we don't, we will die a slow death, as you see of many countries like Bangladesh and other developing nations around the world that have been persecuted and crucified for what they believe in. The only thing that is different between us and them is the fact is that the clowns, CCP and the NAZIs do this in secret behind closed doors. But, and as long as you Canadians don't see it, you don't know what's going on. So I am a truther and have been digging into the real fundamental backbones of our country for many, many years now. And the results are all going to come out very, very soon. So whatever we have coming to us, we have to swallow it and deserve and accept our punishment based on how dumbed down we were and how inactive we were to protect our country, and get caught up in this quagmire of delusional pig shit. That's the only way I can see it. This is something that we have to all understand as a nation. Now, eventually when all this does come out, maybe there will be many NPCs and I don't know, sleepers that will wake up and will realize that what has been done is nothing, no less than genocide at the highest level. So until then, I'm going to be still saying the things that I have to say. And I just want everybody to know that we should blame ourselves. But again, it was a very good masquerade that they had put on for some 60 years on the Canadian people, being one of the highest tax countries in the world, being one of the highest fuel costs and food costs on the planet, and you're along with the highest food costs, it's poison food. So I can understand the dumbing down of Canadians to a point where they're just able to tie their shoes in the morning and go to work. And that's all they think about is their work until Friday, and then they drink themselves stupid all weekend. This is going to change. Many things are going to change. And there's I am just in some element of disbelief how people can go out there and spend $20 on a pack of cigarettes. That's $1 a cigarette. And you still haven't got it. 90%, 97% of that money goes directly to the criminals that are actually putting poison in those cigarettes to kill you. And you haven't still woken up yet. So I am not very happy with the outcome of our results and our resolve in making Canada great again. That is a pipe dream, a wet dream, and until Canadians wake up to the real serious problem and recognize the complete takeover of these fascist NAZIs and communist parties that infest our universities and now are manipulating our children in elementary schools and high schools, you will not, this insidious genocide of the mind will continue. Bye for now.